So the defending champions kick things off with a victory against Bournemouth. Luis Garcia is in Mallorca ahead of our big game against Barcelona tomorrow. He was watching this for us. We'll hear from Luis in a moment. But first, let's start in studio. Nadim, this is the first time you've ever watched a Liverpool game with Stevie. How would you describe that experience?
I think it was a remarkable experience. I think for all those that think that maybe he's not really pro-Liverpool, trust me, he lives and breathes it.
Yeah, if there was a ratio of swear words. It was.
I think to sum up, Stevie wasn't really that calm, which says a lot about the game itself.
Absolutely.
At 2-0, you thought, well, maybe he can be calmer now.
Yeah.
But that finish, it was a bit on the stressful side, and I think rightly so.
It's interesting, Steve, because at 2-0, we thought, right, this is going to be easy. We'll just say this is exactly what you expect, obviously. Still some teething problems, but you expect Liverpool to move on and build from this. But they were so vulnerable in that second half. And it turned out to be a Chiesa, as we mentioned, of all people, who comes off the bench to be a hero. But boy, Liverpool were made a sweat.
Yeah, and I think it's important to point out that, you know, in the first half, Bournemouth had some breaks similar to the ones they took advantage of in the second half. And obviously in the first half, they didn't do it. So that threat was always there. I mean, it's hard to know which way to go. Clearly, when you win a game, having been 2-0 up, you come back to 2 and you win 4-2. You should be cock-a-hooped, talking about all the positives. But if you're Liverpool, the biggest thing that may hold them back this season, as early as the first game of the season, and we saw a bit of it in the Community Shield, is defensively they do look vulnerable. And if they ever can gel properly going forward, goodness knows how many goals Liverpool will score. Because today they scored 4, and we can't honestly say that they didn't really gel. And a couple of the breakaways came from the things that had been going wrong. You know, somebody playing the wrong pass or a poor pass, and 5 and 6 players cut out the game, and then the opposition are getting to Liverpool. So on the positive front, to score 4 goals and still have way more time to get better. But the negative is clearly defensively. They looked ragged at times. And at 2-2, we weren't sure what was going to happen, let's be honest.
How stark is that negative?
You don't want to overreact to it. That's the first thing. Same way we didn't want to overreact last week. And the fact is they have won the game. But that's 2 games now we've seen where they have been very vulnerable, especially on the counter. And in some ways, as well, as we were watching the game, those subs at 60 minutes, to take off the 2 fullbacks in Frimpong and Kerkez. Yes, Kerkez wasn't having the best of games, so Robertson coming on, that's fine. But why is Watorendo playing right back now? And you can see Liverpool lost a little sense and sort of control of the game as such. So those opportunities that the opposition have, I'll be honest, from the perspective of somebody who's played for more underdogs than, say, favourites throughout a season, when you see a team show a sort of vulnerability like Liverpool shown these last 2 games, it offers you encouragement. I think when they look rock solid, in some ways you sort of put off and you wonder how. But Semenyo running through for that second goal, nobody laid a glove on him. Nobody at any point. But then also, you look around it, how many people are sprinting back? Probably fewer than you would have expected from a Liverpool side. So I think defensively, yes, that is a concern. You know they'll get better. But if you have to score 4 goals every week to be winning games of football, I think that's going to be a concern.
Okay, so you obviously follow German football closely. Ekitike came with a big price tag. 2 goals in 2 for him so far to start his Liverpool career. Perfect stuff.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think anytime any player comes into a new club, a new league, you know, after a big price tag, there always seems to be like there's a little pressure that you want to get off to that quick start, so then it doesn't start becoming 4 games, 5 games. So now the key, though, for any player that gets off to a quick start is to sustain it. To not then be like, oh, look, he started well, but then the fixture congestion over Christmas, and he just can't handle the pressure of the league and the pace. And I mean, he really looks like in a team where you're talking about defensively need time to gel, he looks like he's started perfectly for what they needed. Because what was a lot of conversation? Liverpool needed a striker. They needed that number 9. And when you get a start like that against a big money signing, it's perfect.
Luis, how was it watching it from Mallorca, from your perspective, obviously with your Liverpool hat on, delighted with the victory, but there is going to be doubts, isn't there, considering what we've seen? Or are we getting over the top here? It's only the first game of the season.
Yeah, exactly. And I think that I'm trying to get, as always, the positive side. It's the first game of the season. They are players who have to adapt to a new style, a new team, a new league, the intensity, and to be exposed many times. You guys are talking